to turn
That's a question I ain't asking.
You don't want to give 9 up?
I ain't gonna touch it until it's time.
Well, you look forward to that.
100%. That is the best fight to be made in boxing, and I guarantee you that will be one of the best fights, not just of an era, and not just of a generation of all time. 100. I guarantee you.
Absolutely.
Guarantee you.
Any last final message for all your supporters, everybody, all your loved ones?
I appreciate y'all. The Porterway Podcast. I also have amateurboxingchampions.com highlighting all of the amateur champions that will be eventually professional champions. You'll see it real soon. We got the website up. The app is coming soon, Amateur Boxing Champions. Other than that, coming to a TV near you, the Porterway.
So you really invested in the grassroots boxing. Is that something you're trying to get into? For more grassroots, like amateur boxing?
Just from a standpoint, at this moment, I'm not touching any amateurs. I'm not turning anybody pro. I'm not taking anybody to any promotional teams or anything like that. What I want to do with Amateur Boxing Champions is expose the elite fighters in the amateur system, the guys going to the Olympics, going to the Pan American Games, World Championships. You never see them until they make it to the Olympics. And if they don't do well, you never know who they are, so on and so forth. We'll have in-depth profiles on everybody, and you'll know who these fighters are. You got to know me from seeing me when I became 20-0, 25-0. You'll know about these fighters before they turn pro. You'll have a connection with them as they make their trails and they make their runs to, professional championships. You'll know who they are.
You want to shed a spotlight on the stars of tomorrow.
Boom, boom.
Thank you so much for your time, Chad. God bless you. Wish you the best.
Appreciate it, boss.
One quick question.
Appreciate you.
Go ahead. You can go while he go.
Okay.
Hey, Shawn, man, have you ever seen a weigh-in like that before, man?
That was interesting.
Crawford versus Benavidez was a little something.
I knew that something was gonna happen. That was not what I had in mind. I thought it would be the general, the push. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was gonna get that disrespectful. I didn't get a good look at how it all transpired and all that kind of stuff. While I was broadcasting, everybody was hating on Tank, so looked like it was on purpose. All that being said, we made it through it, and we still got to fight.
How can that type of animosity hurt or help a fighter?
You know what? I think for the most part, animosity isn't really the energy that a lot of us have in a fight. Sometimes it's the energy you need. I remember when I fought Terrence, he made himself go to a place of having animosity because that's where he needs to fight. Right. I think that's the energy that he's always used, and so he's used to that. With me, we're not like that outside of the ring, so he had to not like me. He had to not answer the phone calls and stuff like that, and I respect him for it. He wouldn't allow any other Terrence Crawford to enter the ring against me but the one he knew. So, but I don't think that it's usually there. When it's there, if you can use it the right way, I expect Tank to. It can work for you.
Obviously you sparred with Tank a little while ago, heading to the Terrence Crawford fight, I believe. Can you just kind of tell us, peel back the curtain and just tell us, how good is Tank, man?
Tank is the real deal. Tank is the best fighter at 135. I've been saying that for a while. He's the complete package, and I think he's going to be hard to beat. As long as at 135, it'll be hard to beat when he moves up to 140, if that happens. And, he's got everything. From the speed to the power to the quickness, durability, the right training, you know what I mean? The list goes on. You name it, he can do it. He's got it.
It's a little bit different with you because you analyze fighters, and then obviously you were just in the ring with them. But since you just sparred Gervonta not too long ago, what did he kind of do in the ring that made you say, "Damn, I didn't think he was that good at this"?
Nothing. I knew it. I knew what it was. You know what I mean? So. And when I had a chance to go up against them and spar with them, I really wanted to be more of I was analyzing him more than I was sparring with him. You know what I mean? I was getting ready for my thing, but I knew that I was at the end of my sparring, end of my training, and it wasn't rounds that I needed. It was rounds that I was getting, but it wasn't what I needed. So I more so was just looking at him and wanting to see if it was all there, and it is.
I know you're not going to give an official prediction for the fight or anything like that, but you know, there was a little bit of rumbling. It might sound crazy that Gervonta was interested in fighting a guy like Keith Thurman. You were a guy at 147. You fought Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
I'm not saying who would win, but can Tank go up to 147 and actually hold his own, win a title, and really fight with the big guys up there?
I will say this: Keith Thurman needs a big fight. I don't think he wants the big fight against Spence or Crawford. I don't think no disrespect to Boots, but for him it would be a step back to fight Boots because Boots does not have a championship title. Keith has been there and has done it. All that being said, if he could get a guy like a 135 pounder to come up that's got a name and got so many eyes on him, that would be a dream matchup for Keith Thurman at this point. Not the fight that he should not. He's beyond a guy so little coming up to fight him, but it would be the fight that he would need to kind of get him back in that place that he's been for a very long time. And for Tank, I think that's going to be a tough one for him. But
I know you're not going to pick a winner for that one either, but who would you lean towards? Like, maybe Keith has that edge. Tank has
I would lean towards Tank. I would lean towards Keith. Based on me knowing his abilities and what he can do, I would lean towards Keith. But there's no secret, Keith isn't 2016 Keith. He ain't 2017 Keith. You know what I mean? We had a pandemic. He had already had injuries and had already had some layoffs. You know what I mean? Time is catching up to Keith. Excuse me. And he's got to put his foot on the gas pedal.
What do you think would be a good fight for Boots coming off his victory?
Somebody said it the other day.
Stanionis,
Who did they mention? Well, we know that the Stanionis fight is more than likely what's going to be next. More than likely what's going to be next for Boots, and that's a fight that I would love to see too. I think that both fighters are challenged in that one, and I think that's the one that kind of seals it for Boots. Okay, put him in a championship title fight, depending on how he beats Stanionis and how he, does what he does against Stanionis. I do think that's a fight that Boots will win, but I don't think it's an easy fight for Boots.
I want to backtrack.
One more and one more.
Cool. I just want to backtrack because you just said a few minutes ago that you don't think that Keith wants to fight with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. So I just want to make sure you said that, right?
I heard he said he wanted another comeback fight, and then he wanted a big fight.
Okay, so you're saying he just wants to...
That's what I've heard.
Okay, so you're just saying that he probably wants to tune up...
I didn't hear that from his mouth. So,
okay.
Yeah, didn't hear that from his mouth.
Okay. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Well, he definitely...
And I shouldn't be saying things that I heard. You know what I mean? So.
After his last win, he did say that he wants a fight with Crawford or Spence. How do you think Keith would do? Not a prediction, but how do you think... Do you think he's too far past his prime?
I don't know. Getting in what he did against
Mario?
No, not Vargas. Mario. Yes, what he did against Mario. I mean, it was good, but it was still, for me, it wasn't that exclamation point. You know what I mean? Like, once upon a time, he was one time. You know what I mean? So it's just hard not to want to see one time, and when you don't see one time, there's some letdowns. You know what I mean? He did what he had to do. He handled himself, and he handled Mario. You know what I mean? He controlled the whole fight. I mean, all that kind of stuff. But even in a really good performance, and we've seen great from you for so long, we always want to see great. So it's hard to say how he would look against those guys, and if he would fare well against them.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.